Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're having trouble with this little orange light called number 9. I picked up this HP Proliant DL380p Gen 8 server a few years ago. I haven't really used it much other than the odd bit of testing and just out of interest poking around and seeing what's inside of it. I upgraded from a single processor to 2 Xenons, and I have been happy with the results so far. Also at the time, I upgraded the RAM from 8GB to 32GB. Ever since I did this upgrade, I have had an issue with this light coming on, showing that there is an error with number 9 RAM stick. I'd never really bothered to investigate what the problem was, as the system, although running slightly slower, never bothered me as I wasn't doing anything intensive anyway. However, recently, I had the opportunity to upgrade the RAM from a measly 32GB to almost 200GB, and I thought it was high time that we looked into this light issue. The new RAM is a mix of 1600 speed and 1330 speed. Each stick is 8GB and is correct for this system. Swapping out the RAM didn't seem to cure any issues, as we were still showing a reduced RAM amount in the Windows environment and in the boot environment. So the decision was made to remove the server from the rack, place it on the bench and have a closer look. Now, reading online, I discovered that the RAM is controlled via the processor. So then I had the idea that if I swapped the processors around and the fault moved to the other side, then the issue must be with the processor itself. If the fault remained, then the issue must be between the CPU socket and the RAM socket. Unfortunately, at this point, I decided to put my finger over the lens, giving the whole footage a nice, sensual, soft feeling. Rather than re-record the footage, I decided to just roll with it, and let's describe it as sexy time. Now, I'm sure in editing I can find some funny, exciting music to add over the top of this, just to really emphasize that mood.
There's a big sleepy lava man in our front yard, and he is so hot. Wait, no, I take that back. I mean, not like sexy hot.
No, you do mean sexy hot.
And he is so hot, so hot.
So after swapping out the CPUs, reapplying the thermal paste, and having a quick clean around in general, we put the system back together to see what would happen. And strangely enough, the fault has been fixed. There's been no reoccurrence of the light. It has not moved to a different section, which I thought it would do if it was the processor issue. So all in all, I'm happy and sad. We seem to have fixed the issue, but we're not entirely sure what the issue was in the first place. But you've got to take the little wins where you can. My aim for this server is to turn it into a retro gaming server that I can take to LAN events, connect up to some of my other PCs, and allow people to experience games how they should be played, in a room together so that they can call each other rude things and question their parentage. I then set about reinstalling the server back into the rack, and I thought, what the hell, I had the wires, I'm just going to reconnect the system, hook it up to the switches and make it look like it actually does something useful. I decided to go with green for my server to switch connections, white for switch to switch connections, and red for the diagnostics. So there we have it. That's how my current home lab setup sits at the moment. I've been working on and off on this behind the scenes for a few weeks. I'm a complete novice when it comes to anything networking. My next job is to build a system into this Cooler Master case that you see here. The 2 servers at the bottom don't currently work, but I like the look of them, so I'm happy to keep them in place. And as a tiny little look behind the scenes, here is the peak wattage reading of the server when it was running at full max and when it sits at idle. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe and share with all of your friends. If you enjoy watching this kind of stuff, please feel free to check out these videos that have been recommended to you by YouTube themselves. I've been RevTed, this is Revivify, and I bid you adieu.